Association of the Boston Celtics are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, entering the court, interrupting play. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to rejection and possible arrest.
It's the NBA on 2K Sport, and a chance to see the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You take a look at the Celtics. They're having a little bit of trouble right now, hanging in the middle of the league.
I think for the Warriors, they've definitely made a statement here in the early going, outpacing some teams that were projected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with honor.
Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. We've got Green, Butler out there with Gary Payton II. Then there's Stephen Curry, and it's the Professor in at the 2. And for Boston, Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. It's Tatum at the 4 with Horford at the 5. And it's Hauser in at the 3. Well, if you like scoring, we've got you covered.
Yes, we do. Two high-powered offenses, and they're not just talented, they're relentless.
And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for the Celtics. And Tatum, the bucket on the assist from Holiday.
And guys, it's no easy task defending Tatum inside. You can body him up, bump him, he'll still find a way.
Here's the Professor. Knocks it down from distance. And Grant, just the other day, MP recorded the first triple-double of his career.
Yeah, he put on quite the display, B.A., doing everything he could for his team. MP is extremely talented. I'll go out on a limb and say that won't be the last triple-double of his career. And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Green, the pass to the Professor. Here's Curry. Pass to the Professor. 4 on the clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And here's Butler outside. They grab their own miss. The Professor, the pass to Payton. Curry from deep three-point land. Here's Green. And finally, they hit one.
The ultimate team player. Green does all the little things that end up making a big difference.
Outside White. And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. And out of bounds. The Warriors will take it. All right, let's take a look back at last season and see the teams who collected the most second chance. Points. 5th on the list, the Warriors.
This is a hustle stat. This team pounded the offensive glass, and it shows in their numbers from last year.
Outside, Green. Here's the Professor. He's guarded by White. The Professor, the pass to Payton. From downtown, knocks down the triple.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Horford. 8 points in his last time out. White, good.
I like that from White, attacking the heart of that defense.
And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for the Golden State Warriors. They lead by 4. Coach closing in on 2 decades in the league. Al Horford continues to put in the work.
Well, Brian, that's what it takes to make sure your body is able to compete against players half your age. He's never shied away from doing all the little things.
Butler, and it's Butler with the jam.
Yeah, and Butler working as the screener that time. You have to appreciate his versatility.
Green against Horford. Pass to Hauser. Outside White. Connects from downtown. White's got his second basket of the night.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Curry passes to the professor. Back to Curry. Butler surveying the floor. Pass to the professor. Butler against Tatum. And again, it's Golden State.
And Jimmy Butler is very comfortable operating in that mid-range area.
Celtics trail by 5. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. We talked about the task of facing Jimmy Butler, fiery wing. Coach said, you can talk about the scouting report all you want with Jimmy, but he brings the extra dimension. Butler has the attitude that is unmatched in the league. The passion of Jimmy Butler in full focus tonight, Brian.
Okay, thanks, Allie.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go through it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
And the shot goes in.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Outside Holiday. Here's Hauser. And it's all from three-point range. The Warriors lead by 7. Oh, swiped away. White on the wing. Outside Holiday. Here's Horford. Rebounded by Green.
Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Pass to the professor. And there's a pick. Butler with the ball. Denied by Tatum.
And there's Tatum's length showing up at the defensive end. What a play.
So it's Boston now. They trail by 7. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
White, good.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Here's the professor. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. And a missed layup. For Boston, they've gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. White can't hit.
Fighting for the rebound, making sure they take back possession.
The professor, the pass to Payton. Boston pulls it in. First chance of the year for them to go up against this Warriors team.
Yes, surprised to split the season series last year. These guys have confidence in themselves against anyone they face.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to specific matchups and style of play. Sometimes you have a difficulty with the team that shouldn't be on your level.
A nice shot by Butler.
Well, the defense was all over him, but Butler is not someone who gets rattled.
Outside Tatum, fires the 3. Rebounded by Green. Green's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
And they've come out with a fearless approach on the boards.
Here's Butler. Tatum with some nice D. Celtics trail by 7. On the wing, Holiday. Over Payton. No good off the back of the rim. Here's Golden State. They're on a 16-7 run. And it's the professor missing. Boston has gone 1 of 4 from deep. Tatum passes to Holiday. Again, the miss by Boston. The Warriors lead by 7 to the middle. To the inside, Butler. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That one on Tatum.
Well, Butler might be the toughest guy in this league, fighting down low.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Guys, thanks. Well, Jimmy Butler is in the 5th stop of his NBA career. He'd been in a standoff with the Heat as they hesitated to extend him at the number he desired. He knew there's going to be someone willing to pay up. And guys, I'm very interested to see how Butler fits in his new opportunity.
Yeah, we'll continue to track that story. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. They get it back. Cornette passes to Horford. From the arc. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Well, there's the floor stretching ability of Horford. Very hard for a defense when he's knocking those down.
Green, a screen. Here's the professor. He's guarded by White. And Drew Holiday gets the whistle down. To Cornette. Here's Pritchard. And here's Tatum, defended by Podziemski. They double-team Tatum. Fires the three. And the basket by Holiday. Holiday's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Yeah, and as his career has progressed, Holiday has gotten more comfortable in those catch-and-shoot situations.
Tatum and Horford, the duo at forward. Peyton Pritchard is out there with Drew Holiday. And it's Cornette in at the 5. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Boston has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Here's Holiday. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
Yeah, good execution in close. Holiday likes mixing things up and finishing from this area.
Pass to Green. Here's the professor. Back to Green. Oh! Green dropping the hammer!
What a nice read by Green. He's got a basketball IQ off the charts. An incredible understanding of the game.
Holiday from long range. Hauled in by Curry. The Warriors have gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. The professor with a bucket. Well, you knew it was simply a matter of time. It's happened. MP inking his first major shoe endorsement deal.
And with MP, from what I heard, Under Armour blew him away with their presentation. A great addition for Under Armour, and I'm sure they have big things planned for MP in the future.
And now Allie LaForce with an update for us on Torrey Craig. What'd you find out, Allie?
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer of the Celtics was able to update me on the situation, and the diagnosis is relatively mild. A bruised knee. Not great, but could be worse. Right now, they've got to focus on assessing just how bad this is and how they move forward. BA, adjustment time has arrived early this season.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Always on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Even with the advancements in strength training, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
Hauser, he's checked in for Boston. White comes in for Pritchard. Butler's checked in for the Warriors. Payton comes in for Podziemski. White for 3. Rebounded by Green. Green's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Pass to the professor. Into the lane. And the layup is good off the glass. The professor's got 9.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And Tatum's got the ball here for Boston. Trailing by 2. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Nets. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home. White for 3. The rebound by Payton.
Well, he started out with 3 triples in the first quarter, but he hasn't been able to connect from distance here in the second.
Butler with the bucket.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Outside Holiday. Back to Tatum. Look at Tatum using his length.
Well, look, Tatum has the length and strength to do damage in there.
Stan, last year was an epic season for the Celtics, obviously ending with their 18th title.
Yeah, they were by far the best team in the league all season. 64-18 in the regular season. They had the 5th best point differential in league history, led by the most efficient offense of all time. A very worthy champion.
The Warriors have gone 7 for 11 in the second quarter. Butler, so crafty around the rim.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Celtics trail by 4. Outside Holiday. Five to shoot. Back to Tatum from deep. That won't go either for Tatum.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Brian, last season, Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said, "It sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid. Growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players, but to actually do it is a surreal feeling." Brian, he's being honest.
Yeah, dreams do come true, Allie. Thank you. Cornette's checked in for Boston. The Warriors also with a sub. Pajemski's checked in. And so it's Golden State with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Pass to the Professor. Outside Butler. Here's the Professor. Back to Butler. Here's the Professor. He's got 9. Shoots over Horford. The shot by Butler, no good.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Now here's White. 14 points his last outing.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
Takes a 13-footer. And it's the Professor with a rebound. The Professor's got 4 rebounds now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Green with a screen on White. Here's the Professor. They get the rebound. And here's Butler outside. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's his first foul of the game.
I mean, some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
Boston making a switch here. Cade is checked in. Jonathan Kuminga, he's checked in for the Warriors.
Number 11. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Payton against White. Horford outside. Pass to Hauser. Now Horford. Here's Holiday. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. The Professor's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Butler. And Butler inside.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Here's Hauser. Pass to White. And here's Horford for 3. Sinks the tray. Horford's got 6.
And that's a nice play. Horford getting to his spot, ready to fire.
Green with a screen on Holiday. The Professor, the pass to Butler. Here's the Professor. He's got 9. Back to Butler. It's stolen by Holiday.
2 fouls for him now in the first half. He's going to have to be really smart going forward.
Boston shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
The first thing that comes up when you think of Jrue Holiday, defense. He's probably the best perimeter defender of his generation. He can guard multiple positions and gives full effort every night.
Here's the Professor. Back to Butler. 1 second left. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good!
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter. On a strong, positive note.
Jimmy Butler getting it done for the Golden State Warriors. His fingerprints were all over that quarter. 13 points, leading the charge. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
I love the depth of this team, man. Their subs have been huge tonight, giving them a scoring punch that they needed most.
And moving on to some award. And that's it for halftime.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It has been one outstanding game from Jimmy Butler.
When he got good position and they got the ball to him, he was automatic.
Reminds me of the good old days. Feed it to the big and let him work.
Kicking off the second half, here's Steve Kerr's 5. Gary Payton II is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Stephen Curry. Then it's Green. And it's the Professor in at the 2. And, Coach, when we get to the playoffs, Jimmy Butler plays his best basketball.
Well, Brian, look, it's tangible. You see his numbers go up in the postseason. Butler's been the #1 option on multiple finals teams. That puts him in rare company.
Now here's Holiday. Outside White. He hits the back iron and sinks it. White's got 20 points.
Hey, sometimes it's your night. White's number keeps getting called, and he keeps coming through.
Second half getting started. About a minute played. Here's the Professor. No good on the 3. And so Holiday will bring it up for Boston. 6-point game. White can't hit.
And what a night he's having on the glass, putting in the work to help his team close out possessions.
Here's the Professor. Hits the trifecta. The Professor's got 15.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Outside Tatum. Clock at 6. They double-team Tatum. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Sends it home from three-point land.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's the Professor. He's got 15. Tatum looking it over. Unloads from 13. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Green with a screen on Holiday. Here's the Professor. And the three-pointer goes. He's got 18.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Here's White. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And, Coach, you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
Tatum from long range. And it's the Professor with a rebound. The Professor's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass, really getting after it and being physical.
Lets it go. They get it back. Pass to Curry. Over Holiday. Curry gets the bucket. And the Warriors lead by 8.
Yeah, mid-range Jays are no problem for Curry. Defenders can forget about his confidence from there, too.
Tatum passes to White. Inside, White gets it to go.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Here's the professor. He's got 18. No one covering. The professor's got 21 points in the game.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And he gets that one. Curry with it. Here's the professor. Let's go with a 3. And he stays with it. Pass to Butler. Here's the professor. He's got 21. Well, it was only a matter of time before they finally get the bucket. Celtics trail by 9. Tatum passes to Holiday. White for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Well, he had a great first half from three-point range, but hasn't quite got his touchback since the break.
Here's the professor. Give him 23. Back to Curry. Here's the 3. Horford pulls it in. Boston has gone just 1 of 5 from three-point range here in the third quarter. White with it. Payton covering. And he goes in for the dunk.
Look, Tatum draws so much attention. Someone's bound to be open.
Here's the professor. Knocked loose. Horford with a steal. Here's Hauser. Rebounded by Green. Green's got rebound number 13 tonight with that one. On the wing, Curry. Here's the professor. Outside, Green. Here's the pick. 6 to shoot. Pass to the professor. Horford with a steal. Left side, White. From the wing. And it's Stephen Curry with the rebound.
And that's one he wants back. Just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Green finds Curry. Green with a screen on White. The professor, the pass to Curry. He shoots. Good on the jump shot. Curry's got his third basket on the night right there.
Yeah, that's Curry's natural scoring ability. He can almost always find a shot. And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of them.
And when it comes to the 3, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
Outside White. Pass to Hauser. Now White. He's got 31. Horford passes to Hauser. Outside Tatum. From behind the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc. Hauser's got 6 in the quarter.
And when he was younger, Tatum would often try to do it all himself. But now he wants to keep everybody involved.
All right, Stan, if you had it your way, who would you want to see in the dunk contest?
Well, Brian, look, I want to go back to the glory days when the most recognizable guys in the game were the ones that participated. Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins. I think if we could get guys like Zion Williamson, Ja Morant, that would be fantastic. But it's got to be the names out there that people know.
Now here's Tatum. He's got 6. Horford, a screen on Curry. Shot clock at 6. Down low. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
The wily old vet, Horford, drawing contact around the rim.
Substitution on the court. At the line for the Warriors, Jonathan Kuminga, 1 shot.
That free throw good from Kuminga. Celtics trail by 10. They've got Torrey Craig. Drew Holiday out there with Peyton Pritchard. Then there's Jason Tatum. And it's Cornette in at the center position. That's the Boston 5.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Pass to Kuminga. There's a screen by Kuminga. Here's the Professor. Rebounded by the Celtics. Here's Pritchard. Takes a 3. Podziemski grabs the board. Here's the Professor. He's covered by Holiday. Curry passes to the Professor. Pass to Looney. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Celtics. The Celtics have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. Tatum from long range. And Tatum drills the 3.
Oh, boy. Tatum has ways to hurt you from every area on the floor.
Here's the Professor. Looney, a screen on Holiday. Here's the Professor. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
They double team Tatum. Pass to Pritchard. 3-pointer. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got assist number 8 now on the night. The Warriors lead by 4. Here's the Professor. Takes the 3. Gets the 3 to fall. The Professor's got 17 now, just in the second half. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Holiday. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Podziemski's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Part of why they have this lead, they're doing the little things out there.
And the basket by Holiday.
And don't forget, that steal from Tatum ignited the break. Much easier to score off a turnover.
Here's Curry. Here's the Professor. Looney, a screen on Holiday. The Professor with a bucket. The Professor's got 29 points.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Here's Pritchard. Outside Holiday. Again, Holiday missing.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
Here's Kuminga. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That one on Craig.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And Boston with some changes. Horford comes in for Cornette. And Derek White subbed in for Craig. Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Jimmy Butler comes in for Podziemski. Now here's White. Horford outside. Pass to Pritchard. The shot. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. The Professor's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. 4-3. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Tatum's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And here's White. Horford outside. Pass to Pritchard. Holiday from long range. And it's the Professor with a rebound. The Professor's got 11 rebounds in the game. And Kuminga throws it down.
A shoot-first guard who also is selfless, Curry continues to add to his resume.
So it's Boston now. The Warriors getting their last shot to go. To end the run. And Tatum with the basket on the assist from Holiday.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
Here's the professor. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Tatum with it. Now guarded by Butler. Tatum against Butler. Inside. Here's Horford. Horford gets it done inside.
Yeah, the moment Horford has the rock down low, good night. I mean, just too many moves from the vet.
Butler, a screen on Holiday. Here's the professor. And a miss there on the triple.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken. But that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Hauser, he's checked in for Boston. Payton's checked in for the Warriors. Celtics trail by 6. White for 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Now here's Tatum. Lays it up and banks it in. White's got 40 points.
He's done everything he can to give them a lift tonight, but it hasn't been enough.
The Warriors lead by 4. Here's the professor. The shot's good.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Here's White, following the score by Golden State.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
And it's Green missing. Well, the Celtics shooting 58% from the floor. Terrific here in the fourth. White can't hit.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
And the first one at the line is good.
If they keep hitting free throws at this clip, it'll help them seal the deal.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Celtics trail by 7. Holiday looking for an opening. Pass to Hauser. There's the 3. Warriors with the rebound. They held a 12-point lead earlier. And here's Butler outside. Jimmy buckets with the tray.
Yeah, this is a great play for Butler. He gets all set up and then just calls for the ball.
Outside White. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Hey, he's doing everything he can to keep them afloat.
The Warriors lead by 8. Pass to Butler. Here's the professor. Butler, a screen on White. Back to Butler. It's stolen by Tatum. Hey, strong move, Tatum.
And Jason Tatum was fearless on that finish. Went right through the contact.
Butler, a screen on White. Outside Curry. Pass to the professor. Back to Green. 5 on the clock. Horford with a steal. Draymond. Oh, such a force inside.
We know Green prefers to work up close. He loves getting those high percentage looks.
Outside Tatum. Again Boston.
Are you serious? What a sweet move. Broke his ankles on that one.
Here's the professor. To the paint. Here's Butler. Comes up empty down low. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 6. Three-pointer. Sinks it from distance. Tatum's got 24.
What a big-time bucket. Tatum stepping up as a leader and coming through for his team.
I think we can say that shot is well within his range.
Yeah, let's hope so. And the Celtics shooting it at 52%. Pass to White. The kick to Tatum. Jacks up a 3. Cash. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
You expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
Here's the professor. Drives to the hoop. And he sinks it.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
And Boston calls time here. They're trailing by 4. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
An uphill battle for them. Everything has to go perfectly.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
Holiday finds White. Shoots from 12. Oh, he nails it!
So much control from White in the mid-range.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
Tricky situation here. They need some kind of bucket to stay alive.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy, and they know it. We'll see if they go for the tie or try and get a quick one.
And now they foul and stop the clock. Ooh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. Tatum from long range. Misses. And so it's the Warriors who come out on top here. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And B.A., the visiting team is always under some added pressure. But they made it work and got the win, whatever the margin may have been.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy.
Can't go Yo, MP went for 40 tonight, man. Congratulations, my brother. Great game.
Cavs always come to play, especially at home. Lock in, MP. Let's keep this winning streak going.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to now Golden State's starting five. Green is out there with Butler. Then there's Payton. Then there's the Professor. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. And for Cleveland, a lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. And it's Hunter in at the 3 slot. There should be plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
The aggressiveness of Mitchell, willing to take on the entire team to earn that foul.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throws of this.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
And Mitchell drops them both. When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
Here's the Professor in the game against Boston. Very impressive. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Jimmy Butler just seems to raise his game come playoff time, Brent. It is a thing of beauty.
It's pretty awesome to see that kind of confidence where a guy just lays in the weeds for a little while and then in the biggest moments comes in and stands out. So that's not always just about Jimmy Butler. It's about his team having that kind of confidence in how he performs in the biggest moments.
Now, here's Garland. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Garland showing some awareness on the pick and roll, breaking down the defense on the pick and roll action.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. I spoke with Cleveland's head coach. We discussed Steph Curry, of course, and what he advised his team to do against him. Coach said, I told our guys that we have to be right up on him, to fight over screens and not allow him to feel comfortable out there. a huge task for any defense, and we'll see if this one is up to the challenge. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David. Now, Hunter, after the missed three from Stephen Curry. Hunter down low. Great D that time from Payton.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Mitchell against Payton. Hunter, no one around him. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, pretty good setup from the team there as Hunter's able to focus in on that one.
Curry dishes to Green. Here's the professor, covered by Mitchell. Green with a screen on Mitchell. Shot clock at 5. A professor, good.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now, here's Hunter. Last time out, he had 13 points. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The professor passes to Butler. Here's the professor. Outside Curry. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And here's Mitchell from the arc. The Warriors pull it in. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road. Take good shots and knock them down with confidence.
Well, awesome to see in that last game how the motion in their offense didn't stop because they were in some hostile territory.
Here's the professor. Three-pointer, Payton, and he's good on the three ball.
And how about the control on Payton's shot that time? He had it dialed in.
Pass to Hunter. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. No one covering. Garland's got 5.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Curry's shot is off. And for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off a good outing against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Well, watching that game quarter to quarter, they sped up, they slowed down, but they executed in every facet.
Here's Payton. Jared Allen making his last shot. Green with a screen on Mitchell. The professor passes to Curry. Cuts it 5. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Now what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Pass to Hunter. Now here's Garland. The tray. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's the professor. Butler is screen on Garland. And he hits it from deep. 3 points there from the professor. He's got 6. And so Garland will bring it up for Cleveland. They trail by 1. Cleveland moving it around. Allen with the screen for Hunter. The rebound by Payton.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Well, last season, the Cavaliers won their first playoff series since 2018. That's when LeBron was with them, Greg.
And it was their first series win without LeBron James since 1993. So it was a huge deal for the organization as they continue to take steps in the right direction.
Garland with the bucket. Here's Curry. Here's the professor. Outside, Payton. Green with a screen on Hunter. Payton passes to the professor. Clock at 6. Butler on the way. And stolen by Mobley. Garland finds Mitchell. Pulls up. The quick look, no good that time.
The D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Curry passes to Green. Shoots it, and it's Golden State with another.
So Steph Curry, the best shooter in the world, is open and has the ball. Yeah, that's what I thought.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Mitchell wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Pass to the professor. Back to Butler. 4 on the clock. Jarrett Allen grabs the miss. The Cavaliers trail by 3. To the left side wing. And here's Garland for 3. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4-5.
Outside Butler. Pass to the professor. Outside Curry. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Mitchell outside. Hunter trying to get open. The shot by Mitchell, no good.
Well, he's just really struggling right now with everything he's throwing up. Nothing really helping out in terms of his confidence. I mean, these ones aren't even close.
For the Cavaliers, Dean Wade, he's checked in for Mobley. And Strus is subbed in for DeAndre Hunter. And the Warriors also making a change. Podziemski's checked in. Now here's Allen. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
The other part of his game was the outstanding D. Shot blocking is a huge momentum shifter, and his 2 blocks really turned the game in their team's favor.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Here's the professor. 8 points for him. From the high post. Cavaliers with the rebound. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season.
And this is a matchup that can frustrate them as they came up empty in their 2 games against them last year.
Takes it inside. Pass to Butler. Here's the screen. Here's the professor. Hands it from downtown. The professor's got 11 points.
And from 3-point range, guys, he has hit the ground running. What a first quarter.
Wade outside. Back to Garland. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. That's 12 points for Darius Garland.
Now, Garland started the game at 6'1", but the way he's playing now, he's got to be feeling 7 feet tall.
Here's the professor. He's got 11. Pulls from the top of the key. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Sinks the triple. 5 points in the game.
And he needed that one to try to regain some confidence. Tough start, just 1 of 9 from the floor.
How about the execution inside by Green? He's excellent at knowing when to attack down low.
Now Garland, 12 points for him. A 3-pointer is right on target. And the Cavaliers lead by 3.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Butler, a screen on Mitchell. The professor passes to Green. Back to Butler. Here's the 3. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Allen's got his 6th rebound on the night. When it comes to players who like having fun, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
Mitchell outside. The second chance effort, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You can see Allen's been hanging with the shooters, using that up fake.
Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Kuminga steps in at the 4 with Green sliding up to center. Stephen Curry's out there with the professor, and it's Moody in at the 3. Trains the three-pointer. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now, here's Hunter. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Down low. And there's Garland. That's good on the assist by Hunter. Hunter's got 3 assists now in this one. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Warriors. This one for 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
I mean, what's new? Steph, 3 more.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. Outside Garland. Shoots over Curry. Garland, no good. The Warriors have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second.
Draymond Green patient enough to know when his teammates are running around, at some point one's going to break open, then he finds them.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Mobley a screen on Curry. Pass to Jerome. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist. Jerome's got his 3rd basket of the night.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Darius Garland, the son of former NBA player Winston Garland, said that he was a sponge growing up listening to his dad. He hung on every word about playing point guard. Darius says, I learned the little things much quicker. He taught me at a young age to change gears to keep defenders off balance. Kevin?
He's doing it. I love the tricks of the trade you just talked about. Thank you so much.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And stolen by Hunter. And now the fast break. Garland with the ball. From the arc. And Moody pulls it down.
3 triples in the first quarter, but he's yet to knock one down here in the second.
The professor passes to Green. Curry outside. Curry! What else is new?
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Pass to Mobley. Mobley a screen on Curry. Garland dishes to Mobley. Here's the professor. 19 points in the game. They kick it out to Green. Kuminga the pass to the professor. Back to Kuminga. Just 5 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Curry shot is off.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Strus passes to Garland. Shoots the 3. And another miss by Cleveland. Warriors leading by 8. Nice take from Curry. Pass to the professor. Back to Curry. Here's the professor. Outside Curry. And here is Moody. A 3. No shot off that time. Well, Cleveland shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. The Warriors have been trying to win a championship while also developing young talent. And Brent, that's a tough thing to do.
Yeah, really hard to do because of the established players in front of you. How do you find time for guys who are going to be inconsistent and make mistakes? That coaching staff knows how important piling up every regular season win is in terms of your positioning in the playoffs. We'll see if this year they take another stride and those guys become more comfortable in their roles to help support the stars they've had for so many years.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Okeke comes in for Mobley. And it's Mitchell in for Max Strus. The Cavaliers trail by 7. And the professor pulls it down.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Trying his luck from deep. They get it again. Green. Chalk up 2 there. And the Warriors lead by 9.
Well, Draymond doesn't just come down with the rebound. He goes right back up aggressively to score.
Garland, the pass to Okeke. Now Mitchell. Pass to Jerome. The Cavaliers again can't hit. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Here's Garland, picks one up.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
He's off on the first. And Frank, you hear some players now having their shooting motion analyzed with optical recognition. More data for the shot. Doctors.
Well, Kevin, information is one thing, but disseminating that information and being able to communicate that to a player is really where the rubber meets the road. How are you going to help him grow with that kind of analysis?
Green deciding where to go with it. Golden State moving the ball around. On the wing, Green. Payton outside. The professor passes to Butler. Here's the professor. Lets it go with the 3. And it's Butler missing. Mitchell outside. There's the triple. And the 3 ball is good. Mitchell's got 8 points.
Reliable. That's Mitchell from 3.
And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. They've led by as much as 10. It's tipped. Stolen by Mitchell. Pass to Hunter. Here's Jerome. Hunter with it. From downtown. Jerome. No good.
And they continue to control the glass.
Knocks it loose. Butler passes to the professor. Now Payton, the 3, traps in the tray. Podziemski's got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors.
A great job by Payton, just seeing the floor and then making the play for someone else.
Pass to Mitchell. Here's Tyson, guarded by Green. To the inside. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And it's a 12-point Warrior lead.
And one thing about Draymond, he almost invites contact.
Hunter with it. Back to Garland. Pass to Tyson. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Butler. And there's Butler with the flush.
Jimmy's got the ball. Jimmy can be a menace, so Butler keeping the defense guessing there.
Here's Jerome. Hunter the screen. They need this. Jerome. No good. Warriors leading by 14. There's 45 seconds left here in the second. Butler is screen on Garland. The professor's shot is off.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Cavaliers shoot a pretty cool 37% from the floor in the second. Not what they're looking for. And here is Hunter. He gets it in there. Hunter's got 5.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors going into the break with a 10-point lead. And the three-point shot has been big for them. We'll return shortly.
I think for Cleveland, not a lot of movement for them since the last rankings. But we all know they'll be a factor unless something really goes wrong for them.
Switching back to that first half of action, everything's been working for the Warriors.
Difference in this game?
That is more than enough of us.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. What a game we're seeing from the professor.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. And it's Hunter in at the small forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Here's the professor. Darius Garland picking up that last basket. Here's the professor. Those 3-pointers off the mark. The Cavaliers trail by 8. The drive by Mitchell. And again, it's Cleveland.
And this is routine for Mitchell. He doesn't need much space to feel comfortable elevating.
Green with a screen on Mitchell. Here's the professor. Off target from 3-point range. And the Cavaliers with possession. Their next game playing at home is the Nets coming to town. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Garland kicks to Allen. Mobley the pass to Mitchell. Over Payton. And it's Mitchell missing.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. On its way from Curry for 2. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Just so fun to watch Steph Curry shoot a jump shot. It doesn't get any better than watching this guy pull the trigger.
Pass to Hunter. Now Allen, guarded by Green. Allen dishes to Garland. Basket good off the assist from Allen. 26 points for Darius Garland.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Now Curry. Here's the professor. 22 points for him. Drills the 3-pointer. The professor's got 25 points in the game. It's Garland with the ball for the Cavaliers. 9-point game. Hunter finds Garland. There's the 3. Nailed from 3-point land. Garland's got 7 now in this quarter.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Here's the professor. He's got 25. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Pass to Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
Just got to be able to read from the point guard position. Garland did a nice job there.
Here's the professor. Shoots a 3. Good on the 3-point shot. 28 points for him. And so here's Cleveland. They trail by 7. G.A., you look how Garland can create for himself. Very good off the catch or the bounce.
So deadly off of those high pick and rolls because he can dribble into that 3. A playmaker that can do that is a headache. Garland knows how to create that space and get his look.
Here's the professor. Darius Garland picking up that last basket. The Professor passes to Payton. Here's the Professor. 28 points for him. And another 3 for Golden State.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. And here's Mitchell from the arc. And the Professor pulls it down. The Professor's got his 4th rebound in this one. For 3. Cavaliers with the rebound. Now, here's Garland. He has 31. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Butler is screen on Mitchell. Pass to Green. Here's the Professor. Buries the long-range jumper. And now an 11-point Warrior lead.
12 straight points off of three-pointers. And the D looks shell-shocked.
Hunter with it. Mitchell kicks to Mobley. Hunter, the 3. The rebound by Payton. Payton's got his 6th rebound on the night. There's a good screen. There's the Professor. That 3 off the mark.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Looking to end his cold spell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And it goes on Draymond Green.
And that's part of what Mitchell brings to the table. The willingness to operate on the perimeter or get in there and mix it up on the interior.
Jonathan Kuminga. He's checked in for Gary Payton. Green, the screen. The Professor. Off target with his 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Mitchell passes to Garland. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. And that's now 33 points for Darius Garland.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's the Professor. He's got 34. It's up a 3. Cavaliers with the rebound. Mobley's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Max Strus is checked in for the Cavaliers.
Score for your Cavaliers. Number 1, Max Strus.
Now Mobley. Garland with a screen on Butler. Just 4 to shoot. Mobley dishes to Garland. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Great D that time from the Professor.
Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Garland kicks to Mitchell. Garland the pass to Strus. Cleveland moving the ball around. Outside Garland. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Garland's got 14 points here in the second half. Beyond the arc. The Professor's shot is off. The Cavaliers trail by 7. Mitchell in the corner. Elbow shot. The Warriors pull it in. The Professor's got 6 rebounds in the game.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the 3-point line.
A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Mitchell's got 6 here in this quarter.
And a volume scorer, Mitchell excels at getting inside and converting.
It seems likely that the Warriors' title run under Steph Curry, Brent, has probably come to a close.
I'm not going to count Steph Curry out quite yet, Kevin, but you know they have added some quality youngsters. They're trying to grow that group. how fast can they bring those kids along to championship caliber players? That's the big question. They're going to win their share of games.
And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Shots good from Butler. Butler's got 6. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Here's the Professor. No good on the triple. The Cavaliers trail by 11. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
And understanding where to run to in transition, Mitchell is very opportunistic when the break is on.
Here's the Professor. 43 points in the game. Goes back up. Butler, a screen on Mitchell. Here's the Professor. And again for 3.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep.
And he's tied Curry's mark from 2016, which was the top spot for threes in a game for a short while. It's been that kind of takeover display that we've seen here tonight.
And Mitchell launches it from deep. Again, Mitchell missing.
Wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
Butler on the attack.
I like Butler down low, fighting for points.
And so Garland will bring it up for the Cavaliers. It's a 14-point game. Mobley outside. Curry against Garland. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Stephen Curry.
And Garland does a good job there getting the shot up.
Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Kenny Atkinson had some words for his team during the break. He said, hey, we're still in this thing. We just have to trust each other out there. Be aggressive, stay together, and play as a team. We're coming back and winning this one. Pretty confident words, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
And people still talk about Mitchell being undersized. I think he's proven his athleticism more than makes up for that.
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Moses Moody, the Professor out there with Stephen Curry. Then it's Kuminga, and it's Post in at the 5 spot. Mobley sets the pick for Mitchell. 6 to shoot. A 3-pointer off the mark. Warriors leading by 8. Out to the right wing. Moody the pass to the Professor. Kuminga, screen on Mitchell. The Professor. Good! Another from 3.
And of course it falls for him. That 3 pushes him into the history books.
Rally is now tied for the most threes in a game. This is a night we will never forget.
He passed Curry's high a little earlier. Now he's matched Clay's mark. Didn't think we'd see a show like this coming into tonight, but here we are.
Kuminga, screen on Mitchell. The Professor's shot is off.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
For 3, Mitchell knocks down the 3 ball. Mitchell's got 23 points.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
Here's the Professor. Connects again from distance.
Unbelievable. Gets the record with a beautiful three.
A new single-game record, GA, in a night that everyone will remember for the rest of their lives.
And Klay Thompson, viewed as one of the best shooters ever to play this game. Hard to believe that the mark of 14 threes has been passed here this evening.
And now we head to center court, where MP has a few words for us.
Obviously, this isn't something you really prepare for. It's crazy. Setting a record for threes in a game. It takes me back to what it took to get here. All those hours alone in the gym with just my dreams. Now they're coming true. It's because of all the hard work that I put in and also all the hard work that my teammates put in. So thank y'all. And I also want to thank all the three-point shooters from NBA history, the ones that made the shot into the weapon that it's become. Steph, Dame, Ray, Larry. Now you got to add my name to the list. And I'm just getting started. So thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Clearly, Greg, just a dream come true for MP. Standing on the shoulders of giants who came before him.
And no doubt, Kevin, those giants paved the way. But MP is the one who just took three-point shooting to a whole other level.
The Cavaliers trail by 11. Mitchell passes to Jerome. Back to Mitchell. Launches it. Again, Mitchell missing.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
4-on-3 break. Here's Mobley, and Mobley throws it down.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Garland is checked in for Hunter. Here's the professor. Pass to Butler. There's the screen. From deep. Jared Allen grabs the miss. Cleveland's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Here's Jerome. Draymond Green grabs the miss. Green's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's the professor. Green, the screen. Pass to Curry. And he connects with the jumper. Curry's got 10 points here in the second half.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Now here's Mobley. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Jerome, no good. Here's the professor. To the middle, trying to find Green. He's got it now. And it's good, 2 points. And the Warriors lead by 13.
Now, Draymond did a good job of getting some space there and rooting himself to collect.
Garland, the pass to Allen. And here is Mobley. To the paint, here's Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And one of Mitchell's great attributes, strength and explosiveness at the rim.
Here's the professor. Takes a 3. Hits it from three-point range.
3 points.
The professor's got 55.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and hitting them up.
Mitchell looking it over. There's Garland driving in, lays it up off the glass. Garland's got 4 points this quarter.
He is just self-willing his team right now, doing everything he can to keep them alive.
Here's the professor. And a miss there on the triple. The Cavaliers trail by 12. Here's Jerome. And it's off from three-point range. Here's the professor. From past the arc. He got it again. Sensational.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Allen, a screen on Payton. Here's Mitchell. Warriors with the rebound. Here's the professor. Going inside. And there's the call on Ty Jerome. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Hunter's checked in. Here's the professor. Three-pointer on the way. Jared Allen grabs the miss. Allen's got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after. Pass to Hunter. And here is Mobley, guarded by Kirk. Fades away. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Great to see Mobley knocking down the mid-range, continuing to improve that part of his game.
They set the pick. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line in a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
Here's the professor. Green with a screen on Mobley. The professor's shot is off.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Warriors.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for the professor.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Here's the professor after the made shot from Evan Mobley. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Smart accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
Here's the professor, covered by Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the professor. Good. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for David Aldridge.
So you just set the record for most three-pointers made in a game. What are you feeling right now?
Sabrina, I feel like sitting down somewhere. No, but for real, though, I feel great. Tonight was a great night, and it felt like the basket was a foot wider than normal. You know, I was able to get a lot of good shots, and I was able to make a lot.
Now that you've set this record, other defenses are going to want to make sure you don't do the same to them. How do you think they'll respond?
They'll adjust, we'll adjust, you know.
Joe, when you're as hot as you were tonight, does it feel like you're playing a different game from the other 9 guys on the court?
You want to play free, but Michelle. I hope my team and I break it the next.
Call the electrician because MP just shot the lights out.
Just looked at my phone and MP made how many threes tonight? My guy is crazy.